Well, good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Coming at you with a video about my opinion. Because we all have opinions. Opinions are like buttholes. We all have one. Sometimes some shit just comes out and some people don't know how to wait. I don't know. Anywho, serious. I want to give my opinion on ketosis dieting. A lot of people ask me about that one, so I figured I'll start with that one. I'm not a big fan of it. Have I done it? Yes, I have. Yes. It's challenging, you know. The truth be told, I think it's a diet to really try. Is it a long-term diet? No, I don't think so. I believe we all have, like, we have these notions where we want to try things out, and I think it's a great way to try it, but you have to understand it. Now, common mistakes a lot of people make with this is that ketosis dieting, it's usually, to put it in simply, it's a high protein, high fat diet. Little to no carbohydrates, okay? So, keep that in mind. All right, and this is why I say it's not a long-term dieting method. Short-term, yeah. To try it out, yeah. Could you lose weight? Of course. Where do people fuck up? Let's be real. The aspect of the diet is to really train your body to utilize fat as fuel instead of carbohydrates, because of course carbohydrates are non-existent. And then protein for, you know, essential amino acids that the muscles need for building and preservation, all that fun stuff. Won't go into that. So you eat fat, which are supposed to be like any other diet. Not all fats are the same. Not all proteins are the same. Not all carbohydrates are the same. Okay? So, being selective on your fats and proteins make a difference on this diet. Then, what people tend to do is, let's eat a bunch of cheese. There's no carb in there. Bacon, there's no carb in there. All this stuff. And they'll consume a shit ton of fat. Now, let's paint a picture. Okay? Let's say you have 80 grams of fat you have to consume. Times that by 9, because it converted to calories, source of energy, 9 calories per gram of fat. So that's like what, 7,200 calories right there? I'm just kidding. It's a lot, obviously, you know. Versus carbohydrates and protein, which are 4 calories per gram. Now, let me know if I lose you, because this is a lot of information. I'm trying to keep it simple so you guys can get an idea of why people mess up on this. They'll consume more fat, right? The point is to get the fat in as fuel, which I would recommend things like avocado, coconut oil, peanut butter. All natural nut butters are really good sources of fat. The body can utilize it. Fish oils, salmon, right? Salmon's really good too. So, again, keep these healthy fats in mind. People don't pick that though. They'll eat more fat. You know what? As long as it has protein and fat, they're good. But they get to a point to where their body never targets the fat on the body. The body's too busy trying to break down and utilize the fat that they're consuming that it never really gets to a point to where it hits what's on the body. So they'll either have very slow progress or no progress. And then they'll wonder why. Okay, so keep that in mind when you try this diet out. Be selective on what you're really putting into your body. And then don't overdo it, okay? They're gonna give you an inch, don't go for a foot. Now, the other part of why this is not a long-term diet is because now you really can't have certain things, right? If going for a flexible dieting, right, for long term, or just, you know, you're on a goal and you're trying to drop some body fat, just think about that. If you are used to drinking, you can't drink now. If you're used to eating a lot of sweets, that gets cut to a very minimum. If you're used to eating a lot of chips and shit, potatoes and fries and rice, that much. Because ketosis dieting, you can't have that. So once people have this ideal of that they can't have it, the more they want to crave it. The more they see other people eat it, the more they want it. And it poses a problem. It gets very conflicting. Okay? This is why some people just don't stick to it, and why long term you now have to cut the cold turkey. Now there are such things as refeeds, where you can have carbs from time to time. Refeeds is all a matter of replenishing glycogen in your muscles, you know, releasing a little bit of happy hormones in your brain, all that fun stuff. But again, it's a very challenging diet. Can you do it? Yeah. Long term, you'll probably get tired of it. You're probably gonna have a lot more mistakes where the diet no longer becomes beneficial. You know, that's why I'm not a big fan of it. Carb cycling, of course. I like that method the best. It's the best, in my opinion, the best flexible dieting you can do. You know, where you can be on a mission and still enjoy things. Because again, the psychological part is once a person is told they can't have it, that's when their body wants to reject and be all rebellious and shit. Be like, I want it now, 10 times. Look, but that's the truth. But with carb cycling, it's just not a matter you can't have it. You just don't need it right now. You can have it later. You just don't need it right now. You're on a mission. Train your discipline, damn it. So, anyways, hope you enjoyed this video. If you like more stuff like this, feel free to like, subscribe. I got more coming. So if you're catching this tonight, good night, sweet dreams. If you're catching this in the morning, well, good morning. Let's make today, tomorrow, and every day count. Y'all have a wonderful one. Adios.